Good afternoon. Hey, Trumpy. I also called you Blondie. Listen, Trump, everybody knew that you was going to win the fraudulent corporate, commercial, private election, 1871. Just like it happened in 1789 when George Washington was alleged elected. I have to say this, Trump. You supported the corrupt government of Puerto Rico since Ricardo Rosselló. You supported every single aspect of corruption in Puerto Rico. You even sent billions for Irma hurricane, and Irma wasn't near. So I have to ask you, what are you going to do with the corrupt commercial private company government of Puerto Rico 1953? What you going to do about it? You know, it says slow connection. Every time that does that, I'm going to stop. So, Jennifer has participated in all that corruption. The State Election Commission making us believe that more than 3 million people voted in this election. That's bullshit. The population of Puerto Rico is 3 million. And a lot of people didn't vote. They don't believe anymore in all the lies and the deception of the Rothschild Illuminati pieces of shit politics of Puerto Rico. I have been saying, and you know it, the resident commissioner, that's bullshit. Congress cannot fabricate a political position so we, the people of Puerto Rico, has to pay them salary, benefits, and pension. So fuck the resident commissioners. You know, this is fraud, this is racketeering, this is corruption. What are you going to do about that? Let me ask you this. How are you planning to recover the billions and billions and billions of taxpayers' money given unlawfully to Ukraine? What are you going to do about it? How are you going to recover that? It's a foreign country. Because if you keep on repeating the same shit that Biden did and the shit that you said when you was president, well, you should not be there. Because again, it's the same shit. You know, it's always blah, 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 blah. And nothing is done in favor of we, the people. You know what? You participated in the death of more than 500 million people around the world. You know why? The false pandemic that you signed in March 17, 2020, H.R. 748, CARES Act. And you know that that was submitted, and I published proof of that. It was submitted in Congress in January 2019. So you all knew that this was going to happen. You signed, like I said, the false pandemic, and you made the people of the United States and Puerto Rico more debt, because the Rothschilds, you know, your owners, they lended to you $6.3 trillion because of the false pandemic, H.R. 748. So how you gonna make corrective actions if you are part of it? Why did you make a new Declaration of Independence? Why? You're not Thomas Jefferson, you know? Why did you and your friends made Project 2025, that is a martial law with a costume? Why? And you said that you didn't have nothing to do with that. That's bullshit. Of course you have. That's why you became president in the fraudulent elections. You have to execute that project in Agenda 2030. You cannot think that everybody is an asshole. You want to do the things right? I will help you. If you need my help, of course. Why not? I was born in Brooklyn, New York. They are my fellow Americans. But I'm Puerto Rican. Yo soy boricua. You want to make the things right? Well, solve my problems with the corrupt government of Puerto Rico. Solve my problem with the two banks. You know, Rothschild banks, again, your owners. This is more and more and more and more bullshit. What you gonna do about it? You know that I have been asking for things. Nobody has done nothing because they don't give a shit about people like me abusing power, that power they do not possess, they do not have. You know why, President Trump? President of the corporation, because corporation has president. Republics, sovereign constitutional republics, has queens and kings. You know why they don't have that power? Not even you? Because it's a corporation. You want me to read the dunce number? You want me to read the dunce number of each and every state that has two dunce number? You know, like New York City, New York, the state. The 50 states has two dunce number. The DOD has dunce numbers. FDA has dunce numbers. The CDC has dunce number. United Nations, that was created by your friends, your owners, Rockefellers in 1945, has dunce number. The WHO has dunce number. And I can keep going on and on. This is why they don't have powers. They don't have constitutional powers. They don't have jurisdiction. And they don't have legal standing. President Trump. So if you don't do nothing about the government of Puerto Rico and all the fraudulent, not only the elections, you know, Dominion, the ones that all of you hired, if you don't do nothing, then you are as equal as shit as they are. You want me to tell you this in front of you? In front of you? You want me to say this in public? In front of you? Well, let me know. Because I don't give a shit. I'm tired of this President Trumpy blondie. You know, rubia, blondie. By the way, I hope that this rumors that your wife is a transsexual, just like Barack Hussein Obama, Barry Soetoro, and Michael Michel. I hope that this is not real. You know, the actor from Hollywood that looks a lot like Melania? Because if this is true, then all of you, all the Hollywood actors and all this Illuminati bullshit are married with transsexuals. Did you stop the transsexual movement? Of course not. The homosexual movement? Of course not. You know why? Because your owners made them. You know, Rockefellers, you know, all this shit. Just like the unions, Jimmy Hoffa, you know. You want to do the things right? I will help you if necessary. Believe me. You think President Trump, that I can be elected in the fraudulent elections, state, corporate, private elections? No. That's why I'm asking to be a political diplomat, officer. That is a real position, not resident commissioner. But you keep supporting the fraud, the deception. And people think that this is going to change. Bullshit. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and blah, 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 blah. And everything gets worse. More corruption, more deception, more fraud, solve my problems. You know what they are? Starting with HUD. They don't give a shit, and they have not answered me nothing. And I am paying excess. What about the U.S. Postal Service? Go and check with the Department of Justice how many complaints I have submitted. Another thing, the U.S. Supreme Court has violated their canons of ethics. They have violated over and over again the Constitution. So you have to get rid of these slaves that are in the Supreme Court. Tell them to show you all the things that I have been sending to them through social media, because I cannot trust the USPS. I cannot trust the courts. I cannot trust the Supreme Court. I cannot trust nobody of the corporate, commercial, corrupt, private, state, because government is one thing and state is another. You know better than anybody the pack of lies, the deception. The corrupt politicians are accused by federal government, but they are free. You know, Julia Kereger, Wanda Vázquez, Jose Guillermo Rodríguez. You know all of that. But you know why I'm saying this? Because I have to say it. But you already know. Before this fraudulent election, I sent and I warned the Supreme Court. What did they do? Nothing. Kissing their ass. You are a corporate, commercial, private slave of the Rothschilds, the Illuminatis. That's what you are. And you know, President Trump, Trumpy, Blondie, Rubia, you know that my foster parent was a Mason, 33 degree. I'm going to say it again because slow connection again. My foster parent was a 33 degree Mason of El Gran Oriente Nacional. You can't talk to me about the Illuminatis. You cannot, to make it clear. And you keep stepping on me, etc. You're pushing me. Like I said before, you want war? I am war, even though I love peace. But if you want war, just say it. Like I said to HUD, like I said to the fucking corrupt government of Puerto Rico, this time is going to be different. This time you cannot abuse of the power that you think that you have. This time, if you want violence, I'll give you violence. How many times I made public, listen, I don't want to hurt the corporation. I am willing to help the corporation. If I had to work to benefit the corporation, I will do it. But it's my right to expose fraud, corruption, way of thinking, philosophies, religion. That is my right. And I don't need a constitution to do that. And you know it. How many times I told the Supreme Court, stop the fraudulent election of Puerto Rico. Look at this, and this, and this, and this. Can you believe that shit, President Trump? Trumpy? Blondie? You know, almost 3 million, no, almost no, more than 3 million of the people of Puerto Rico went yesterday to vote. That's bullshit. We are 3 million in Puerto Rico. That is impossible. You know, the State Election Commission, that the lady that is acting as president looks like a man. You know, like Belinda, the wife of your other friend, Bill Gates. Get the numbers from them. No, well, you don't have to do that. You just call Dominion. You know, the one that all of you hired and that we, the people, are paying. You want to do the things right? Tell the IRS to turn down the Trust Fund of Puerto Rico number 62. Hold on a second. Sorry, I can't find the paper, but I exposed it already. I know that you heard, that you saw my publications, my audios, my videos. So you want to make the things right? Do as I told you to do. I even sent a super letter to the Rothschild Foundation in Ukraine. Sorry, in UK. You know, Lord Jacob Rothschild, your friend, your owner, George Soros, JP Morgan. Should I keep going on and on? Because all of you haven't done nothing to get rid of your owners. You are still a slave. The corporation of the United States of America is still a colony of the British Empire, of England. And you know that. I have been exposing that for years. But let me tell you this, President Trump. 1871, the United States became a private business corporation with DUNS number, EIN number, right? But you know something, President Trump? That was not a law. It's an act. The Act of 1871. And acts are not law. You got it? It cannot be a law because it's a paper made inside the corporation when it started. So it's a corporation. It's not a law. In fact, since 1871, you cannot make laws. You want to debate with me? Because I guarantee you that I will be the president of the United States and I will be the governor of Puerto Rico. Because you don't have legal standing. You don't have jurisdiction. You don't have constitutional powers. I do. Because I'm the legal representative of the fictitious name Strawman John Doe. And you know that. I have been saying this for so much time. But answer those questions. There's more than one. Answer them. In a public manner. And again, if you want me to say all of this and all that I have been exposing for too much time, you just say it. I will do it. And let's see who prevails. You know, the deception or the truth. Have a nice day. I don't want to disturb any of you. Rest in peace.